Hello, I'm Leo, and welcome to Painting with LMU Biology 111, and I'm glad you could join us today. Let's jump right into it by painting a creature in the phylum Rotifera. First off, we're going to dip our brush into Rotifera brown, and we are going to tap the brush on the canvas firmly. Did you know that there's over 2,200 species in the phylum Rotifera, and they're split up into three classes: Monogonata, Daleodea, and Sensionidea? These three classes reproduce in different ways. Daleodea reproduces asexually, while Sensionidea reproduces bisexually, and Monogonata reproduces using a mixture of these two. Parthenogenesis means species only consist of females, and they only reproduce by laying unfertilized eggs, and those unfertilized eggs hatch into daughter organisms. Some of these species also reproduce develop using parthenogenesis using two kinds. So one will form into the female and one will form into the male. The males only survive long enough to fertilize these females' eggs so they can bring the egg into the water and hatch. So now we're going to grab some cheeky asexual orange, and we are going to paint some of the rotifera. And so now, once we have the rotifera is consisted of three parts: the head, the body, and the foot. Rotiferas also have a crown of cilia on their head. So we're going to paint that using taxonomic Tanya Gold. And these cilia help the rotifer pull in water and filter feeding dead and decaying materials such as organisms and algae. Unfortunately, our rotifers fall prey to shrimp and crab, and they only have a lifespan of 6 to 45 days. What a shame. Wow, look at that rotifer. Now to continue on with our painting, let's add some more details to the singular foot and toe. Oh, isn't that just beautiful? Motile rotifers use this foot and elongate and contract their bodies to move, while planktonic rotifers use the cilia in their mouth and their body to glide along the still water. These little dirtbags are very helpful to us humans for many reasons. They're a food source to many economically important animals. Organisms that eat these rotifers are maybe some clam shrimp, tadpoles, and some aquatic insects, ducks, and wading birds. Isn't that crazy? Rotifers are also used in studies to assess toxicity of metals, pesticides, and other pharmaceuticals. That sucks for them. Rotifera are a planktonic species that are most commonly found in freshwater environments, but we can't forget about those sneaky little creatures that are found in soil and salt water. Oh, isn't that just gorgeous? Rotifers are protozoans, which means they're cute little mouths developed from blastospores. After this, their anus develops. That's all there is to it. Rotifers have fluid-filled body cavities surrounded by their embryonic tissues, making them pseudocombs. Now, you know that these little swimmers are very interesting because they have evolved to lose their reproductive system. They identify as asexual. It's 2017, kids. In our little aquatic world, anything can happen. Now let's move on and see where the phylum Rotifera lays on a phylogenetic tree. First off, we're going to get some rotifera dirt brown, and we're going to create the bark. Don't forget to tap off the excess. Now we're going to get some green algae green and stroke the leaves and make them very pretty. Here's our first tree. Isn't it beautiful? This tree was made from 16S rRNA sequences. As you can see, the closest relative to Rotifera, or rotifers, is mollusca. Now, let's take a look at our second tree, made from shared derived characteristics. The closest relative to rotifers, or the phylum Rotifera, is the phylum Mollusca, and they share a recent common ancestor. These two trees are different because Rotifera could have shared characteristics with Annelida because of homoplasty, which is due to convergent evolution, even though they have different rRNA sequences. And this final tree was made using 18S rRNA sequencing from an academic journal. Fossils of the class Daleodea have been found in 6,000-year-old deposits. Rotifers originated, to be said, during the Eocene period, which ended around 35 million years ago. From the rRNA sequencing, Rotifera shared a common ancestor with both Mollusca and Annelida. Which makes this organism unique is its crown of cilia on their head. Our observations on the previous trees differed because the tree is based on 18S rRNA sequencing, which could reveal different evolutionary paths. These are some very simple paintings, and I'd love to see some pictures of you recreating them. And remember, there's nothing wrong with having a phylogenetic tree as a friend.